Are you constantly absorbing other people's energy and always feeling tired or drained? Are you somebody who's very empathic, even psychic or mediumistic in nature, and you're able to connect to other people easily, but when you do, you absorb their feelings, their emotions, their traumas, and it feels like it's your own, or you feel stuck in that energy of the other person, and because you're so empathic, you don't really know how to release and heal that from you. You take on other people's energy and make it your own. I want to talk about different ways that empaths, psychics, mediums, those in the spiritual world, if you will, can help keep themselves balanced and not absorb other people's energy or feelings or their traumas or situations and interpreting them as their own. You want to be able to let that go, and I want to teach you how I personally do that in this video. A great way to work with energy in general is through the use of crystals. So I have a crystal keychain here that I keep with me. I clip this inside of my purse that I always have with me, or I have one that I can also clip onto my keys. Now, I like mine to be a clear quartz crystal because these are generators. They generate energy, and you will charge this crystal with the intention of protecting your aura and your space from other people. You want to allow the information to come into you, of course, but you want the crystal to take those emotions, the traumas from other people, and keep those blocked out of your aura. So using a crystal and charging it with that intention is such a wonderful way to help you keep yourself protected, to help you keep yourself grounded. I also like to use tiger's eye or even black tourmaline as a crystal as well. Both of those are very grounding. Black tourmaline is essentially good for keeping negative energy out in general, so keeping those around your home. If you have a lot of people that come over to your home as an empath or psychic or medium, keeping black tourmaline around the home in different areas helps to absorb that negative energy and keep it away from you. So using crystals is a really great way to help you not absorb that energy and to kind of create a barrier, a block around you so that you're not absorbing other people's energy. Now, this little thing is mighty powerful. You would think, I'm going into Walmart with all these people, or I'm going into Target or Albertsons, whatever store where there's a lot of people, a lot of energy going in and out of those places. I'm going to need like a boulder. That's what I thought in the beginning too, but this little baby is so powerful. You just charge it up with your intentions and you are good to go. Now, crystals do need cleansing and clearing and a recharge from time to time. All that energy that they take in needs to be released from it. Now, black tourmaline, crystals like selenite, they don't have to be cleansed, but a clear quartz like this, it's going to pick up that energy, especially if you go into heavy chain stores where there's a lot of people coming in and out. If I do that, I will cleanse it as soon as I get home every time I go out. But ones in your home, you can cleanse every now and then. Cleansing a crystal is very easy to do. That's a lot for this one specific video, so I'll make a different one on how I cleanse my crystals. There's many different ways. But to not absorb that energy, working with crystals, carrying crystals, and charging crystals with your specific intention is going to be a great way to help you keep other people's energy out of your field. A more empowering way to work with energy is to learn your own first and foremost. So when you're taking on somebody else's energy and you don't realize that you've taken it on, you don't know yourself. And I'm not saying that to be harsh, but it's a very true reality. If I'm somebody that's very happy-go-lucky, I'm somebody I walk into Walmart and I'm so happy and then I'm mad, and I can't correlate that my own energy is not making me mad. It's me taking on somebody else's. I have inner work to do. I personally have found that when I work with myself through meditation, through sitting in the power, through journaling, or through shadow work, getting to know me and myself and my feelings and how I work as a person, how I feel as a soul, how my happiness makes me feel. how my sadness makes me feel. When I do that, I find that when somebody else's energy comes into my field, I immediately know it's not mine. And that's not something that happens right away. That's not something that is immediate to your situation, right? When you start learning about yourself, it will take time to learn yourself and your energy, but over the years of practicing self-intention, practicing self-emotion, understanding me, understanding how I feel and how I react to situations, it makes it a lot clearer for me to know when somebody else's energy has come into my field. So if I'm feeling sad even, and I walk into an Albertsons and I start to feel happy, I will know that somebody else's energy is coming in. I find that your self-knowledge, your self-awareness of yourself is your strongest ability, is your strongest way to intercept somebody else's energy coming in. And that's a lot to work on. It's a lot to do. Diving into your shadow aspects and sitting in meditation in your pain and your sadness, or even sitting in your happiness, your joy, those moments that bring you that, and learning where that feels in your body, how that feels in your body, where that touches you in different places. It's hard to sit in that energy day in and day out with yourself when you haven't really done it for most of your life. And so just being patient with yourself is something that is also important when you're learning about your own energy. But really having that aspect of yourself of knowing who you are inside and out, knowing your energy, how your energy feels when you're happy, sad, angry, emotional, knowing that is really going to put up a very strong boundary, if you will, around yourself, to where when somebody else's energy comes towards you, maybe you're having a conversation with a friend and they're angry or they're gossiping, and all of a sudden you're angry and you want to gossip, you will know that's not me. That's not what I feel like. And you'll be able to determine it that way and kind of push that energy back out of you and say, this isn't mine. It doesn't belong to me. So really having that self-knowledge of self is a huge factor for me in keeping that energy away and really knowing that it's not mine and does not belong to me. A huge indicator that you are taking on somebody else's energy or feelings or emotions, obviously besides the immediate, if you're happy and then you're angry, that's obvious, is people pleasing. When you go into a people pleasing state where you want to make the other person happy, you're feeding on their emotions and their needs and their wants and not your own. You are focusing on their emotions. You are focusing on their happiness, their anger, their sadness, and you are not connected to yourself. People pleasing is something that a lot of us do. I am guilty of it for a huge part of my life. I was so guilty of people pleasing. And even now I catch myself doing it, and then I'll be able to pull myself back and say, does this make me happy to do this? And if it does, I continue. And if it doesn't, I stop. But being in the aspect of people pleasing, you are not in your natural self. You're worrying about somebody else. You're worrying about their happiness. You're worrying about fixing whatever's wrong with them. You're worrying about making sure they are not angry. And so people pleasing is a huge indicator that you have taken on somebody else's energy, somebody else's identity, or somebody else's anger, and make it so that you have to fix that situation. When you're in that people pleasing mode, it's very easy to keep taking it in from others. Maybe you're focusing on people pleasing with your spouse, but then when you're around your friends, because you're so used to this energy, you start doing it over here as well. And you're feeling tired and you don't know why. You're feeling exhausted all the time. You could sleep for 8 hours and you wake up just exhausted and tired. It's because you are in a people pleasing mode. I have students that are in several of my courses, whether they be my free courses on my website or my mediumship courses, tarot courses, psychic courses tell me that they don't even realize they are in this people-pleasing state, and the effect that it has on draining their energy and making them tired, the effect that it has on holding on to somebody else's anger that's not yours. How do we get out of this people-pleasing state? We work on self-love and self-worth. We work on shadow work. We work on meditation to sit with ourselves and our mind, feeling what we feel and who we truly are. And little by little telling people, not going to do that. I'm not comfortable with that. That's not on my agenda for today. Something along those lines. But when you are in a people-pleasing mode, as an empath, it's super easy to get into that mode because we want to help, we want to heal, but that is a huge indication that you are absorbing and taking in other people's energy. Another great way to help as an empath or psychic or medium when you're going out, or maybe you're having people come over to your house, is to set up an intuitive boundary around yourself. So I know you've heard of an aura. We all have an aura. There are many layers to this aura. However, what I like to do when I'm going out or having people come over to my home is sit in a quiet meditative area. I want to close my eyes and I'm going to envision myself, and then I'm going to envision my aura glowing around me. The color you envision does not matter. What you want to do is maybe you want to envision a wall around you. Maybe you want to envision a cage around you. Maybe you want to envision light of a different color blocking around you. And you want to set the intention that this wall, this cage, this light is protecting you from other people's negative energies, other people's emotions, other people's thoughts and feelings, to protect you from those. Envision those things bouncing off of whatever it is that you have envisioned, and allowing that energy to really make you feel comfortable within yourself, make you feel confident walking out, make you feel confident having people come over. And then after they leave or after you get home, you can bring that back down. Now, me as a psychic medium, I don't like to give readings when I'm out in public. So I like to put that barrier up because I don't even want to receive information. I don't even want a spirit to come try to talk to me when I'm out. And I know when I've forgotten to put that barrier up because immediately I have spirit trying to communicate with me when I go out. But if you are a medium or a psychic who likes to do that, who likes to connect when you're out, you can set the intention that you will connect with spirit, but you will not absorb the energy of the living around you, okay? So really having that intuitive practice of setting up some kind of boundary around yourself with the distinct intention of what you want it to be. I don't want to absorb energy. I want to be able to still practice my mediumship and do my psychic work, but I don't want to absorb other people's energy or have their feelings become mine or be mixed with mine. Anything that you want to do, but really setting up that boundary will help you so much in not connecting to other people's energy. The last thing that I want to say is a lot easier said than done. But the best way to not absorb other people's energy, anger, whether that be sadness, whether that be happiness, frustration, because any energy that is not yours, happiness or anger, is going to drain you. So negative or positive, it doesn't matter, it will drain you. The best thing that you can do is to stand firm in who you are. And let me explain what I mean by that. When I first started my mediumship journey, I was so nervous about energy. I was so nervous about spirit talking to me while I was sleeping. I was so nervous about going out because I would have spirit come try to talk to me. I could feel people's energy. I want to say the word attacking me. It wasn't necessarily an attack, but it felt like that because I just kept getting hit with energy after energy after energy. And I remember looking up online, what do I do? And holding on to crystals and protecting yourself and holding this and doing that. And you have to do protective work and you have to ground. And every time you go out, you have to do this and that and this and that and protection and blah, 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 blah. All of that made it so much worse for me than anything else, because then I was in so much fear of, I didn't protect myself. What do I do to protect myself? What do I do to protect from going out and getting energy? And it made it so much worse for me. For you, it might be different. Now, I loved having the crystals. That was my first example in this video. The crystals helped me so much, and I still use them. I have this little keychain that I showed in my little crystal section of this video. I still use them out every now and then. I don't use them all the time, especially if I'm going to travel and be around a lot of people. I love to have a crystal with me. But I had to get myself to the point where I was strong and firm in who I am. I am of the light. I work with the light. I love myself. I accept myself. I do not accept anybody else's energy in my space unless I give permission. I do not accept spirit or emotions from a living person to come into my space unless I allow. And when I moved into that firm affirmation, everything changed for me. I stopped absorbing people's energy. I stopped having spirit come try to talk to me when I was out at a Target, let's say, or Smith's, Albertsons. And I really was able to just be me. I didn't have to worry about protection constantly. I didn't have to constantly keep worrying about grounding. I didn't have to constantly keep worrying about what's going to happen when I go out. What do I do? I forgot my crystals at home. Oh no. And it would stress me out. Now it's just, I am me. I am me. I do not accept your energy. I do not accept the energy of spirit unless I give permission. I am the light. I work for the light. And I am of the light. Therefore, I have the ability to say in my field, don't talk to me. Don't come near me. I don't want to absorb anything that is not mine without permission. And it did take a while of having to say those things, but after a while, it was so firm in me that I could just get out in a Walmart, let's say, or I recently went on a cruise with my mother where you're trapped on a boat with like 2,500 people. I was able to get on that boat without any fear whatsoever, knowing this. And I did not have a single problem of connecting with other people. I didn't have a single problem of feeling negative energy, happy energy, any kind of energy from somebody else, because I am firm in my affirmation. I am me. You are you. Your energy stays over there. My energy stays right here with me, and it's all good. If I give you permission to connect to me, let's go for it. Right? I don't even have to say that in my mind anymore. It's so ingrained in me. So if you can get yourself to a point where you are able to say, this is me. I am me. That is not me. That energy is not mine. And I do not give any energy, spirit or living, access to me without my permission. That is what changed the game for me. That is what made it so that I don't absorb other people's energy, to where I feel happy and positive and joyful almost all the time. I mean, we all have our issues, but I can go to bed and sleep for 6 hours and wake up feeling great. Whereas before, I would sleep for 8 hours and wake up like I hadn't even slept 30 minutes. Okay, so I hope this video really helped you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you do when you feel other people's energies coming in and how you react to them and how you work your way through that. Then we can all share that information with each other, read the comments, learn and grow together. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I appreciate you more than anything. I will catch you in the next video.